what's this one called?
Proverse.
No, this isn't Proverse anything. This is Private Lesson. What's your name?
Mitchell Prescott. Nice to meet
Wow,
you.
Mitchell Prescott. That was a good handshake. Unbelievable. This is our head coach at the Moto Academy, Coach Mitchell. He's going to be on the 2024 YZ 250.
Yep.
Shout out Matt Flood for letting us use the bike. I will say, did you give it a score yet?
Ooh, that's tough.
Because I rated it pretty low.
I had a lot of fun. What did you rate it? Actually, don't tell me. I rate it. It's kind of high, actually. I kind of rated it a 7.3.
That might be exactly what I rated it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was fun. It's just
chassis is great. It's just that I was bummed with the power.
The power is terrible. Like it revs super far. Like second gear just keeps climbing. But if you click the third too early, it just falls on his face.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think it's good for like a beginner because it's not enough.
No. You'd
have to be almost riding it in like first gear almost.
I would almost say it's a pro bike.
They need to make a in between because the old Yamahas, like second gear was almost unusable because it was too torquey. You would let off and the engine brake would throw you over the front.
I agree.
And then you'd accelerate and you'd about loop out. This one is not like that.
No.
It's weird, but the chassis is great.
Yeah. Chassis is great, corner's good. Just needs power improvements, that's about it.
So we're gonna do motocross private lesson. Coach Mitchell, I don't know if you know the history of me or not, but this is how my YouTube channel started. So we're gonna do another one, and we're gonna do it with one of our coaches, which I don't think we've done that before. No. Yes, we have. Actually, matter of fact, I did it with Coach James on that jump right there.
To make it over it?
No. How to whip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. How to whip. I would say we could do that today, but the face is a little janky on that thing today.
I'd need to ride the 450 to whip it too.
Yeah. So we're gonna work this. This is a complex section, so I think this will be an interesting video. So we got like a roller into a rutted left-hand turn that is slightly off camber almost. It's like going uphill, which is odd. And then you have the double, almost as you're still turning, into another double that has a rutted, really rutted face, and it is short and steep. And if you go to the right or left, you're in either a huge puddle or a pond. So slightly high risk, especially once you see my line. I'm grinding the edge where the pond is. So I don't want to jinx myself because that would suck if I ended up in there.
So you're in the deepest ruts over there.
I swear I'm to the right of where the deepest ruts are, but
That's
from here that doesn't look possible.
No.
Looks like there's no room. Yeah, so I think the way we'll do this, you go first.
Okay.
We'll just watch. I won't tell you anything. I'll see how you do it. What gear you're in, where you choose to sit, what line you hit, all that good stuff. And then if there's any way I could help you get through it better, I'll give it advice. I think people like these because it's relatable. It's less of like the mundane, typical instructional videos that I would have. Like these could end up being pretty specific. And this section is actually a pretty specific section. So yeah. Okay. Good luck out there.
Let's do it.
Don't run into me. Up to third, down to second. So that's second gear in the turn, much better. Oh. All right. Oh boy, whoa boy, whoa boy. He's hitting it a little bit different each time. Third gear, click down to second. Good, good, good. Up to third, good. Good. I don't know how I can improve upon that. Was a good one. Grant, you just missed it.
Yeah, you missed
fell.
Oh, you fell?
Yeah, over there.
I didn't fall.
Oh, you didn't?
Almost.
Right, well, I will say I had a bunch of stuff for you after the first time.
Yeah, that was bad.
And then by the time you did it, I don't know if you did it 4 or 5, your last one was really good.
I felt really good.
So what were your corrections that you made to go from first time to last time?
Well, first time.
I know, but I want to see what you were focused on.
Yeah, first time I for sure just rushed the corner, and I dove to the inside because I was scared to go too far right, which made my rear end kind of squirrely, and then I was just salvaging from there. Last time I went outside of that rut and arced the corner fairly good. That fixed everything, I feel like.
You also, the last 2, I think, you got off, because the first 2, you were on the rear brake dragged until halfway through the turn. The last two, I don't know where you got off it, but it sounded like you were off it before you were down this downslope of the hill. Okay. So you were able to flow through the first part of the turn, flow through the mid part of the corner, and like by the time you hit the takeoff of that double, you were going 5 miles an hour faster probably.
Yeah, I agree.
The first couple were a little janky looking, I'll be honest, but it's probably hard on that bike because you're right in between second and third gear, so you're downshifting second. You go from third to second as you crest over this, which is exactly where I would get it. I'm actually doing the same on this bike. I go from third to second right there. No, I don't. No,
Wait,
I don't.
You don't?
I go from second up to third on the table before this, and then I leave it in third through this on this bike. Yeah, and I just lug third. That way I can get more traction.
Okay.
And then you were upshifting third off the first double, trying to stay low. You could probably stay a little more low on the second double if you could find a better spot, but it's like, that's tricky.
Did you see one of the laps I went to the water line? The right.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it a few times and see if I can think of ways that could improve that even further. But to be honest, it's like you kind of improved yourself big time as you went. I don't know if that'll come through on the camera or not, but I bet you from takeoff or crest of this to takeoff of that jump where Jackson is, you were probably 0.3 of a second faster the last one compared to the first one.
Yeah, internal coaching at work.
Yep. Your upper body was pretty good. Got better.
What was happening before?
You're sitting maybe a little too far back and your head would fall forward and in.
Okay. In the corner?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's always something and then with the times also where you looked a little janky in the air off the doubles, you were sort of like hunched and head back a little bit.
I could feel that for sure.
I think just more so maybe afraid of like the softness of the jump face or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just try.
But you do have to be careful there because that second double will suck you in and spit you out.
All right, I should get out of the way maybe.
Yeah, sit where I am if you can.
Okay.
This is a good vantage point.
There's a little pre-hop there over the stand hill.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Before we get back to this video, we're sponsored by Element. You better believe it. And when you guys are at the beach in your gear, it tends to happen from time to time. You really want to make sure that you are hydrating the right way. Element is an electrolyte mix that is the best electrolyte mix I've ever had. I've been using it for the past couple of years. I've experimented with you name it. I've tried it and I was never fully hydrated. It was horrible. I would get headaches and I would cramp like nobody's business. So if you guys get hand cramps, if you get Charlie horses, I'm talking like I'd get a Charlie horse in my calf and then I'd go try to save my calf and my whole leg would lock up and next thing you know, my whole body is just contorted. It's really bad. My dad used to be the same way. I'll never forget going home from the races at night and he'd have to pull the van over on the side of the highway and get out just holding his leg because he was cramping so bad. If you mix electrolytes in, so if you have sodium, potassium, magnesium, all the important electrolytes, that will not happen. Go to drinklmnt.com/AJCat330 and you can try all 8 flavors, or not all 8 flavors because there's more than that, but you can try 8 flavors for free with your order. I promise you this stuff is amazing. They're the only person we partner with on this YouTube channel because it's that good. It's got everything you need, nothing you don't, no sugar, no artificial flavors. And all the flavors are so good too. This is watermelon. Been drinking a lot of grapefruit lately. They're all just chef's kiss, delicious. drinklmnt.com/AJCat330. Go get some. Back to the video. Okay. Whew. Okay, I will say, a little unfair. It's definitely really easy on this bike compared to that bike, probably.
Yeah.
Because I just leave it in third gear, and like, what I like best about this bike is you can so effectively ride it in such a low RPM. Does it sound as low as it feels on the bike?
Yeah, I have a Honda of my own, and it feels like
it's
that
just
everywhere.
like, I love almost playing that game of like, barely on the throttle. I'm like 30% throttle, if that, all the way through here. So a couple of things. One, I'm jumping from halfway up it. Can you see the kicker I'm jumping off of? So when you're approaching it, you can see the kicker pretty well because I'm accelerating, so it's almost got a shiny spot now. So it's hard to see from here, but from the other side, it's really obvious of which bump I'm talking about. So I don't know if you could catch that in the camera. Could you, Grant? Where I was jumping up over. It was floating me all the way up over, so I didn't touch actually, the times I did it the best, no rear brake at all, period.
Okay.
The times I messed up, and I think I really only messed up once or twice out of those, are the times where I like was not aligned on the way in, and then I was like jamming the rear brake trying to stop. How does it look when I stand all the way through?
It looks good.
It feels good.
Yeah, it's smooth.
It feels faster.
It's funny because like I'm more concerned about that hop because I don't think you can. I don't know.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
The only problem is third gear doesn't have a lot of oomph on that thing, so it might fall flat and you might not get the pop. But either way, you don't have to completely clear it the way I am, but even just getting the loft, so that way you can place the tires here instead of way down there the way you are when you're kind of rolling over the top. It's good practice, and it just puts the bike really nicely into the suspension stroke for the corner. I think that's the big thing.
I feel like when I do it my way, I'm landing so deep that I'm required to brake.
Yeah,
Because
and also your suspension's in a place where it's not happy.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like it's still rebounding, where mine is perfectly in the sweet spot because I've landed and it's like gone through the compression, it's come back up to its happy place, and then I can get around the corner.
I agree.
I would say try that and try standing around the turn, because especially on the 250, what standing around the turn was allowing me to do was just stay way lower on the first jump, and then therefore I could hit the second one faster. And I don't know if you saw it, one lap I went like dead center and got sucked into like a deep rut, and then all the other laps I was just going all the way right. And I'm trying to, the rut's pretty deep, but I'm going like as little RPM as possible, and I'm trying to just like really keep the bike as light as I can. The only problem is on the next jump, like my line that isn't the main line, see how there's two ruts going up the big jump?
Yep.
The one to the right, which wasn't the main line, has now turned into exactly what the main line is like.
Okay.
So it's gonna be harder for you to clear that, so just be careful.
Are you wanting me to go pond side?
Go wherever you want on that second double. I'm more concerned about this and then try standing around the turn.
Okay.
I actually feel like that was pretty good.
So when you come up here, are you blipping like right on that bump?
And that's, so I talked about this on the beach yesterday. Shout out Premix Papa, like seat bounce clutch flick. That's a preload clutch flick. So you're especially gonna have to rely on the clutch flick to get the RPM up, or else you're gonna try to do it and the bike's gonna have nothing. Unless, where are you are you in third around that corner?
No, second, third in the air.
Just for that short amount of time?
Now shift down right away.
Maybe you could try two things. One, you could either just try to leave it in third the whole time and see if standing up is enough to just lug third. And then if that doesn't work, and probably when that doesn't work, maybe just try second the whole time.
I've tried, the problem with that is I tried second,
You run out?
yeah, it runs out. I'm like,
But I will say, like, you're not charging up and trying to brake, so you don't need as much of that gear. You're really just a spurt, a little splurt of gas on the landing of the tabletop, and then a little splurt of throttle right here to pop you up over.
I'll try it.
Try it. I think third gear will be better, but what do I know? That makes it a little harder.
Yeah, didn't look like you got enough pop when you did
that. I was doing that just because I felt like, one, it looked cool.
Okay.
And then it was allowing me to not have to slow down as much. I could kind of just do it with speed. So, all right. And this is something too, like when you guys watched Jet on TV all outdoor season, what was he doing? As soon as there's braking bumps forming, he was trying to figure out where to wheelie, drop the front end, jump over them any place he could. See the shininess that I was talking about? So you can see where I was kind of using the acceleration, but this braking bump right here is the sweet spot. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, it doesn't really look like much in person, but it is just enough to where when your front tire gets in here, you're trying to go down with the bike, using that clutch, and and just using that quick little. What the clutch flick does in a preload situation is it speeds up the compression and rebound. So when you have a really, really short jump face, you have to quickly get the bike to do what you want. On a normal size jump face, a lot of times you could just rely on throttle, but on something like this, you have to quickly get the bike to get that compression and that pop. Oh, too fast. Yeah, so, oh, he totally blew the turn. Okay, he's got to slow down a little more, and that's usually people's mistakes, mistake when they seat bounce and when they preload an obstacle, especially something technical like that. You have to take the time to slow down to make sure your bike can kind of get into that pocket. He was able to get the pop and got over it, but he just lawn darted himself forward, so he'd missed the turn. Slow down before it a little more.
Slow down?
Yeah. It's hard for me to say because I was the one on the bike, but I bet you your approach was faster than mine.
I went really deep.
Right. As soon as you came in, you didn't even do the pop yet, and I'm like, he's gonna go deep.
So did I get the pop though?
You did.
Okay, it felt like it.
But now you just got to go slower to, first of all, you'll get more pop.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to actually make the turn instead of lawn darting yourself past it.
Yeah, because I blew the line.
Was that third gear or second?
Third.
Oh, did you do the, well, you weren't able to do
Yeah,
the
I
turn.
blew it.
Okay, yeah,
blew
slow
it.
down a little bit more coming in here.
Okay.
That rut's sick too. Good, overshot it. We'll watch it from here one more time. Now the issue is going to be, it looked like that time he still kind of lawn darted himself forward instead of getting the height. So although he's cresting it, it might be hard to tell on camera. To me, it looks like he's landing too far down the other side of the roller. So it's making the entry, the turn, difficult. Did you still go a little long? Or was that better?
It was better. I should have just stood. I sat down.
Okay.
I didn't hit your line, but I hit my line that
I'm going to watch one more from here. Try to hit my line if you can and stand around it.
Okay, I'll have to shift a second because I did third that time. Out of that corner, it was
Didn't
bogging.
work? Okay.
Couldn't do it.
I'll watch one more from here and then I'll go on the other side. That was better. You could go slower.
Yeah, I think I need to.
Yeah.
It's just hard to judge because I want to go fast on this, but then, yeah.
You could even come in and hit the brakes quickly and then pop it if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll try.
There we go. Oh, that was a little scrub over the top. Whoa! He washed the front end and the back end going off the jump face, and then it spat him back the other way. So what he did there, and this was cool, there's a clip that went viral of Jet at Millville jumping and kind of scrubbing the landing of that little triple step up at Millville. And that's kind of what he did there. So let's see if he even recognized what he did. So that was better. Do you know what you did here that I liked? Yeah, you kind of ate it up, but you also kind of like scrubbed it. Like you scrubbed the landing, which was good.
And I stood up, dude. I killed it standing up.
You did, and then you kind of washed the front right at the last second.
That was scary.
So other than that, that was great. Yeah. You just have to weight the outside peg more and try to get the bike a little less lean angle before you get to the jump face, so that you don't risk washing.
Well, yeah, so what happened is I railed it standing up, and my tire started skidding because I had an aggressive lean angle.
Yeah.
That was sick, though. I needed to go to second because I was still third.
You think you need to go to second?
I don't know.
Try it in second so we can hear and see it. But this was nice.
Okay.
Because it looked like, I still couldn't see the other side, but it looked like you greased the backside.
I'm saying second there, not here. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh! All right. So that's the risk, and that's the risk of also trying to hit it fast, is that you don't want to create too much lean angle. I think when I was standing up through here, I wasn't getting that much lean angle for that exact reason. Really have to weight that outside peg like crazy and try to hit it as fast as you can without leaning the bike that much. I tell you what, Mitchell isn't super confident with rutted jump faces. Because doesn't he look a little timid on the second double? I don't like how you look on that second double. It's like you're afraid of those ruts a little bit. Keep the feet tight so you don't risk your feet blowing off, but you got to keep your head a bit further forward. Every time you get to that second double, you kind of like push your head away from the bike.
Yeah, that one scared me.
And it shouldn't matter. I mean, to be honest, and Grant, I'll get you over here in a second so you can get a close-up of what these ruts look like. That's what ruts are like in Supercross the whole freaking time. So And the good news is they're soft.
Yeah.
Like wherever you end up, you could cross rut, you could be in the middle of them, you should be fine.
That's fair. I think I'm pushing my head back because I'm trying to anticipate
Yeah.
where I'm landing, which is
Yeah, you're trying to be too precise with what, when I come up over this double, I am not at all concerned with what rut I'm going in on the next one. I just let the bike fall into one.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even think about it. I just let the bike fall into it.
All right.
All right. Third gear. Try to make it work. Nice, clean. Wow, he's not kidding, huh? So that was third gear, but did you hear it? Like it's flat the whole time. And he had great mid-corner rolling speed. That should have worked, but the bike was it bogged. I swear, most 250s, you should be able to get this corner in third. He's stuck right in between second and third. He's getting the pop over nice. Good. Whoa, that was a little froggy with it. That was third instead of second. Right through the mud.
How do you go down?
One thing he's doing in the corner too is it looks like, I could be wrong, it looks like his knees are falling forward a little bit. He's getting worse. He's getting worse. This is a very technical section though. That's why I wanted to do it here. Try to make a little bit higher level video for you guys and something that's pretty complex and technical.
Getting worse.
Getting worse. That's what I just said to the camera. You're right. The problem with that bike is you're directly in between second and third gear. You are washing the front like crazy in this rut, which is odd because I felt like I was getting pretty good grip through it.
Yeah. I know a couple times I think I was pushing far back, standing up in here.
Well, your knees were going forward a little bit and your upper body was coming back.
Were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be why you're breaking traction also. The
This is
second
my
double
line.
was a little janky as well.
Yep.
Um,
I salvaged the one before the last one, even though I rolled this.
Come sit over here and Grant, I'm going to show you this just so the camera can do justice. So this is, I don't know if the camera does justice here, but this is kind of Supercross-esque, like a short, steep jump face and deep ruts all the way across. I was going in this one, which I thought was perfect. Now, if you sit here and kind of take a look at all of your scenery, I could see why this one would be a little intimidating because first of all, I'm landing this one here and I'm going into the rut, which when I look at it from here, I'm afraid that looks scary because I feel like you'd end up in the pond, but it doesn't work that way. It kind of like puts you in the rut and then spits you back to the left, which is quite nice. Mitchell's, I think, trying too hard to get back to the dead middle on this double to try to get over here, and that's what's messing the corner up. Mitchell, have you done the rut to the right yet?
Yeah, once, but it scared me.
Really?
Hey, it was fine, but that one time something goes wrong, I'm in that pond. And
Well, if you have that attitude, because what I was just telling the camera is that's your problem. I think you're trying to get back to the center,
Yeah.
so it's messing your turn up, where I just allow my bike to drift and I land way right, and it just makes the turn easier.
I think you're right.
He's used to hitting ponds though.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, hey, you're used to hitting ponds though.
I'm good at going in ponds, but I typically have the good mindset to where like I don't even notice that there's a pond there.
I'm not doing it again.
When I'm coming through here, I'm looking at the jump face of my rut on that jump face. I'm not looking at the pond. If you're thinking about how you don't want to go in the pond, guess what's going to happen, folks? You're going to go in the pond. Wherever your mind is focused, your bike will guide you. Guide that Matt Flood 2024 YZ250 directly into the pond. There we go. Pro versus pro. What was this one called? Private lesson. Shout out Coach Mitchell. By the way, Coach Mitchell's on tour with the Moto Academy, so we're dividing and conquering. He's hitting locations all over the country,
Yep.
while I'm going all over the world. So we're going to be everywhere. Go to
Everywhere.
themotoacademy.com. Where are you going next?
MX191
Great.
in Milton, Florida.
Milton, Florida. Where are you going after that?
Scrubbing dirt, maybe?
Scrubbing Dirt. That sure is what it's called. Where's that?
Georgia.
Georgia. Where are you going after that?
I'm kind of lost after that.
I don't know where you go after that
Shoot.
either. But he's going to be in a lot of locations, and I'm going to be in even more. So themotoacademy.com if you want to train with us. That was fun. Okay. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.